Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's time for game 4 on the countdown to the Spectrum's release. We have The Great Escape, released in 1986 by Ocean Software Limited. £7.95 was the price. It also came out on the Amstrad, Commodore 64 and PC-DOS. I didn't know that actually, I didn't know it was available on the PC. Again, we've got Bob Wakelin involved in the artwork, which is like, since I mentioned him, you know, it's been like he's been on every single one. We've got isometric 3D graphics in this game. It's a cracker. I really do love The Great Escape. I love the movie. It used to be the running joke back in the 80s and 90s, I guess, that The Great Escape was one of those, it was almost like a Christmas movie. Even though it had bugger all to do with Christmas, it was always on every Christmas. And my family, we would watch it religiously at Christmas. So when a game came out to do with The Great Escape, you know, that was like just so exciting because it was so ingrained in us, that movie at that point. So this is what awards it won as well. First, Best Advertisement in Crash Readers Awards in 1986. First in the Best Arcade Adventure 1986 Crash Award. Second Best Game Overall in 1986, of course. I never need to say 1986, these are all from 1986. Fourth Best Graphics in Crash, and fourth State of the Art Award, whatever the heck that is. It was a CVG hit in December 1986. Crash Smash, which I think we're going to look at the Crash review as always. He got that twice for some reason because they re-reviewed it in 1990 and it also got a Crash Smash then too. Sinclair User Classic, a Your Sinclair Mega Game, and a ZX Computing Monster Hit. And apparently it featured on the Magnificent 7 compilation from Ocean for £9.95, which was £17.95 on a plus 3 disc. Other games included on that compilation were Head Over Heels, Cobra, Short Circuit, Frankie Goes to Hollywood, Arkanoid, Whizball, and Ye Are Kung Fu. Wow, that's a cracking selection. Is that not 8 games though? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8 games on there. There's a Magnificent 7. I'm not quite sure. I'm not sure if that's a mistake or like by them or a mistake by the people that wrote this comment, but anyway, I did not write that comment, so I'm just reading it now. But there are 8 games there, so the maths doesn't quite work. Anyway, as ever, we're going to look at the magazine review. Like I said, this is Crash from December 1986. It's a very nicely presented review, this one. I like the black design, that looks really good. The only problem is it's slightly blurry for me. Reading it for some reason in this colour scheme, the yellow's very distracting, so it might be quite a tricky one to read. I'm going to zoom right in anyway. Obviously we've got our screenshots there. It actually lined up pretty well as well, so they don't look too bad, the screenshots on this one. Kind of missing half a body on the bottom one, but no need to be an art critically. Anyway, let's crack on with reading the review. Denton Designs have been rather quiet recently, but with a pedigree that includes Frankie Goes to Hollywood and Shadowfire, they're back in the fray with a game for Ocean. You play as an English POW trying to escape from a German camp in the last war. The main screen display reveals a section of scrolling prison compound, or if you're indoors, the room is shown from the usual 3D game angle. To begin with, it's a good idea to leave the controls well alone. The hero goes about his daily grind of prison life with other prisoners and you get an idea of what's going on. A normal day consists of parades, meals, exercise periods, all marked by a bell displayed in the status area which rings out loud and clear. A message window gives an update on events in the camp and explains the reason for the bell's clamour. A flag flying from pole to the left of the main play area serves a number of functions. Whenever a Red Cross parcel arrives, or the hero succeeds in picking up or using an item of escape equipment, his morale improves. Morale is lowered with searches, arrests, and gradually diminishes as time elapses. Once the flag reaches the bottom of the pole, the potential escapee loses his will to rejoin the war and becomes resigned to plodding around the camp with the other prisoners. You lose control and have to start a new game. While the flag is green, you have unlimited control and the hero can only be searched by the camp commandant. Should he find any contraband, it's off to the cells. So it's wise to keep out of his way. The flag turns red as soon as the escapee breaks with routine and moves off limits. While the flag is red, objects can be picked up and dropped, but the would-be escaper is liable to arrest and search by guards. Once you've established your routine in the camp, it's time to play for real and start planning the escape. Unfortunately, only 2 items can be secreted in the old great coat, so it's a good idea to find safe hiding places for useful items. If the guards find objects, they confiscate them, returning them to their original location. The guards are fairly predictable fellows. Once they've been assigned a patrol route by the commandant, they follow it regularly and can be timed. So as long as you don't cross their line of sight, they won't notice you. But they are mindful of the wrath of patrolling commandant who moves around the camp inspecting them, so guards keep alert. To begin with, security is fairly lax, but the commandant steps up security when the hero is caught out of bounds and avoiding the guards becomes trickier. During the night, searchlights sweep the courtyard and prisoners outside the huts get arrested on sight. Maybe wearing a German uniform might help here. Points are awarded for escape attempts and for collecting and using objects. There are a number of routes out of the camp. Use a tunnel, cut the wire, or bluff your way past the sentries at the main gates. Whatever way you go out, once outside you'll need a compass and some papers or you won't get very far. In the comments, I'll just read the last few of those because there's no point reading all of these. Keyboard play really easy to use, use of colour minimal, understandably. Graphics excellent, scrolling, minute details. Sound not up to the rest of the game's high standards. Skill level 1, screens, large scrolling play area, the general rating, an excellent game, one to buy. Use of computer 95%, graphics 96%, playability 96%, getting started 95%, addictive qualities 96%, value for money 94%, and overall 96%. Wow, that is a great set of marks. And this is an excellent game. It's not one I've ever finished, so I'm looking forward to maybe doing that. I've seen people do it, so I've seen like walkthroughs and stuff of people doing it, and I often wondered why I didn't finish it, but I never did. So definitely one I'm going to try and finish this time around. Let's read the little criticisms here. The Great Escape is definitely one of the best games I've ever seen on the Spectrum. I was extremely happy to see Ocean have introduced a scrolling play area. The flip screen method annoys me. Playing area is superbly drawn with some very large and detailed buildings, all with an ensuite stove, cupboards, and even a chimney to let those heated arguments out. The game is brilliant fun to play as you actually feel like you're trapped in the camp. There are lots of clever features and the game is very easy to get into. I found I could explore a large area of the camp and tunnels without any keys or wire cutters. The instructions are well written and complement the game well. Great Escape is bound to be a major contender for top Christmas game this year. Next criticism says some Filmation games have nothing going for them except pretty graphics and completely lack any sort of enjoyable gameplay elements. The Great Escape, I hasten to add, is not one of them. It does have the superb graphics, but it also plays very well, quite well enough to justify long hours of playing. I don't know how long it will take an average player to complete, but I will certainly play it as much as I can. The presentation is of the highest quality, graphics are superb, and the gameplay is very playable. Well done, Ocean. And the last criticism says, The Great Escape is possibly the best game in this vein I've ever played. To get wholly engrossed in the game and its plot, all you have to do is read the instructions and watch your character wander around the camp doing his daily chore. By the time you understand how the game works, there's no way you can possibly leave it alone. The graphics are superb, the characters are excellently animated, and the playing area scrolls well and is expertly detailed. The sound is a little dull. There is a beeped version of It's a Long Way to Tipperary on the title screen, but not much in the way of spot effects during play. I love The Great Escape, and I'm sure you will too if you give it the chance. So there you have it. Let me know if you've ever finished this game in the comments. I would be very interested to hear. I'm sure there's probably plenty of you that did. I didn't. I don't know if it's because I had other games to play. Maybe I didn't devote enough time to it, or when this game came out, I just turned 13. Maybe I just wasn't really as dedicated to playing this game, but I've played it a lot since. I already have a video up on the channel of this game on my Nostalgia Half Hour section for a one-off special. It's a very good game and I'm looking forward to playing it on the Spectrum. Like I said, with the rewinds as well, like if you do get busted, you might be able to rewind, which is quite good because sometimes that can be, you can be unlucky to get busted. It depends how you want to play it with that rewind, I suppose. If not, you've got multiple saves now, haven't you? So you can just literally save at any point. If you feel like you've just gathered some great equipment and you want to take a chance, you can sort of like go out there at night and take a chance, and if you get caught, I suppose you can just reload your save, can't you? So every chance I'm going to finish this game now that it's going to be on the Spectrum, and for me a definite game that they had to include. It's another classic. It's right up there with like Manic Miner, Matchday 2, Target Renegade, the ones we've talked about, but other classics that are already on the Spectrum as well come into that category too. This is definitely one of the top 3 or 4 games I think that they've included, and I think it was definitely a no-brainer to put on here from the beginning. I'm glad they've put some of the real classics on the Spectrum. I think that's great to have them on that carousel, just in case there's no way to edit that carousel, you know, which there hasn't been unless you want to hack the thing in the past. It's nice to have some of the bigger games on there, and this is definitely one of the biggest ones for me. So again, let me know in the comments if you've played it, if you finished it. I'm sure most of you have probably played it, but let me know if you finished it, because I would be interested to hear, because I never did, but I definitely aim to now. So maybe this will be one of the ones I'll do in a Let's Play. We'll see. Okay guys, thank you so much as ever for watching. Stay tuned for the next one coming tomorrow, and I hope you're enjoying these little countdown videos, and I hope it's getting you pumped, because all these games are going to be available from day one on the Spectrum, so they should hopefully get you pumped. Thanks guys, take care, speak to you soon, bye for now.